Sonder, noun. Definition: the realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own, populated with their own ambitions, friends, routines, worries, and inherited craziness. An epic story that continues invisibly around you, like an anthill sprawling deep underground, with elaborate passageways to thousands of lives you'll never know existed, in which you might only appear once, as an extra sipping coffee in the background, as a blur of traffic passing on the highway, as a lighted window at dusk. It's 2012, and I'm walking to the N train in San Francisco on my way home from work. Normal day in every sense. Completely uneventful, easily forgettable, just like the other 2,000 days I spend the exact same way. As I descend the stairs into the musty underground Embarcadero station in the heart of the financial district, the only thing on my mind is, what am I going to eat for dinner, and what am I going to watch while I eat?
Arriving at Selfishness Station, this is an insignificance-bound N train to oblivion. Stand clear of the closing doors.
Earthy scent of body odor and the musk of cologne assault my nose as droves of tired and overworked humans file like cattle onto the train, bumping and crowding, anxious to get home. I walk to the other side and cuff my wrist into a plastic loop, staring dully out the window at the drab wall of the Muni Tunnel. The exhaustion of the day, the slow rocking motion, and the white noise of the tracks lulls me into a trance-like state. I glance toward the back of the packed train. I'm surrounded by people, but somehow I still feel alone. As we travel west toward the Pacific Ocean, the train ascends above ground. The blue-gray sky overhead is awash with rain clouds, glowing faintly with the receding light of dusk. In the window, the reflections of the other passengers beside me are ghostly apparitions. Behind them, endless, tightly packed rows of Victorian houses and apartments slowly scroll by, appearing and then disappearing from view. One after the next, after the next. And then something catches my eye. An open living room window, lit with the familiar warm glow of a paper IKEA lamp, and a moving shadow on the wall. I'm looking into someone's home. The place where they eat, sleep, cry, make love, worry, celebrate, where they spend life's most mundane, most intimate moments. I'm suddenly transported into the overlit bathroom with the clawfoot tub, where the appearance of two faint blue lines on a pregnancy test brings a flood of emotion. He learns that he's going to be a father. Heart racing, remembering the bruises and the tears from his own father's meltdowns, fists clenched with determination to not repeat the same mistakes. The thrifted leather couch in the living room where she answers a phone call from an aunt she hasn't heard from in years, suddenly overcome with grief as she learns that her father passed away. Trembling with regret and guilt, she realizes that her preoccupation with work kept her from taking that last trip to visit him in the hospital one more time to say goodbye. I'll never know all of the moments that happened in that house. On the outside, it's just another building. But to someone, it's the most important place in the world.
Arriving at Isolation Station, this is a purposeless bound N train to oblivion. Stand clear of the closing doors.
The train rolls on, and it's gone. That place, with all of its profoundness, instantly and unceremoniously replaced by another window, another home, another life, another deeply meaningful set of moments. And then in the blink of an eye, that's gone too. With each new house we pass, I'm swept into a new set of circumstances, new life, new moments of sincerity and humanity, each one of them vibrant, all of them fleeting. I blink, and I'm in the kitchen where she leans against the doorframe, nervously fiddling with her jacket zipper and sheepishly, but with all the courage she can muster, tells him, "I think I want a divorce." I blink again and I'm in the bedroom where he sleeps alone that night, awkwardly splayed out on top of the sheets, fully clothed, all the lights on, half-empty bottle of Jameson left open on the nightstand. This invisible drama is unfolding all around us in every moment, somewhere. Each second of every day is filled with powerful human experiences. Heated and violent arguments, erotic and passionate kissing are happening somewhere right now. Right now, a teenage boy is sitting on the edge of his bed, arms crossed tightly across his chest, rocking himself back and forth to soothe himself through crippling loneliness. Right now, a young man in a crowded church is nervously, proudly, and with a tinge of jealousy, telling his childhood best friend, "I now pronounce you man and wife. You may now kiss the bride."
Arriving at Awareness Station, this is a compassion-bound end train to shared humanity. Stand clear of the closing doors.
All of these people next to me on the train seem like interchangeable background actors. Their faces blurry and out of frame. Their names shallow and meaningless. Man in a gray suit, or woman with a dog, now come rushing into focus, into the foreground. A cinematic shot with an infinite depth of field. Every color, contour, and shadow crystal clear. This isn't just a conventionally attractive middle-aged businessman. This is somebody's baby boy who's all grown up. This isn't just a bearded hippie wearing glasses. This is a little girl's favorite uncle. This isn't just some random guy. This is the best friend whose hugs and kind words change someone's mind about ending their own life. Our circumstances may be different, but the one thing that we all share is that our lives have meaning, even if only to us. In this way, I can experience these complete strangers the way they experience themselves. They're all so important. They must be protected and cherished and loved. If all the world's a stage, and we're the heroes of our own journey, then it's a tragedy. Because we're living inside the most beautiful story ever told. But we get so wrapped up in our own performance, so trapped inside our own experience and perceptions that we overlook the beautiful set design and abandon our scene partners. But it doesn't have to be this way. When I choose to consider the depth and meaningfulness of the lives of everyone around me, my life becomes more vivid, more compelling.
Arriving at Gratitude Station. This is a connection-bound end train to shared humanity. Stand clear of the closing doors.
Maybe when this is over, you get in your car and go home and forget about it. Maybe it just sounds like an interesting story, like a friend telling you about a weird dream they had, to which you might half-heartedly reply, "Wow, that's crazy," and then never think about it again. But I offer you an invitation. Consider that everyone you'll never know isn't really a stranger. Try to put your attention behind someone else's eyes, your heart in someone else's chest, and truly feel how it is to live their life. And it will bring more meaning to yours. As a boy, Theodore, you sat for long hours on the shore of the turbid Spoon, with deep-set eye watching the door of the crawfish's burrow, waiting for him to appear, pushing ahead. First his waving antennae like straws of hay, and soon his body color of soapstone, gemmed with eyes of jet. And you wondered, in a trance of thought, what he knew, what he desired, and why he lived at all. But later, your vision watched for men and women hiding in burrows of fate amid great cities, watching for the souls of them to come out so that you could see how they lived and for what and why they kept crawling so busily along the sandy way where the water fails as the summer wanes.